source material. This is an article on Progressives for Immigration Reform, $60,000 of human cargo, posted on March 9th this year by Kevin Lynn. Last week, a tragedy occurred outside of Holtville, California, when a northbound big rig rammed into the driver's side of an SUV that pulled out in front of the semi-truck, killing 13 people. This tragic event morphed into the surreal when we learned that the SUV was packed with 25 people who had been smuggled into the United States. That's right, 24 passengers and a driver packed like sardines in a vehicle designed to hold 8 adults at maximum. Perhaps the driver, who hailed from Mexicali, Mexico, was distracted when he pulled out in front of the semi making its way down Route 115. Anyone who's been in a Ford Expedition has to be thinking to themselves, how? How do you get 25 people into a vehicle like that? Well, you start with ruthless, morally shipwrecked cartels that make steep profits on trafficking humans across the border. Todd Bensman of the Center for Immigration Studies recently wrote that the cartels expect to make $2,500 per individual smuggled from Mexico. When you do the math, that SUV had a human cargo valued at $60,000. To give an example of just how revolting this incident is, one has to go back to the American slave trade in the 18th and 19th centuries. According to History.com, slave ships could be either tight pack or loose pack. A tight pack could hold more slaves than the loose pack because the amount of space allocated to each slave was considerably less, but more slaves would die en route to the Americas. It would appear the cartels these days have chosen the tight pack model. Next, you have to look at the people making their journey to enter the U.S. illegally. Coming from Mexico, they have to fork over the $2,500 and be willing to place themselves in the hands of unscrupulous smugglers. How many other deprivations do they suffer along the way, and what motivates them to do so? The motivation is to rush to the border and be physically present in the U.S. while the Biden administration plays musical chairs with immigration policy. Will the Biden administration win sweeping amnesties for illegal aliens, or will it fail to deliver on its promises? Many people are betting on the former and are engaged in a desperate and dangerous run to bust through the border in an attempt to claim a chair when the music stops. Since January 20th, Americans have become more apprehensive of the Biden administration's plan to make sweeping changes to immigration. The majority of Americans are, in fact, becoming more restrictionist as opposed to expansionist in their views. The Rasmussen Immigration Index for the week of February 14th through 18th, 2021, fell to 86.0, and it's fallen by nearly 15 points since the week before the November election. This shows voters want tighter immigration control from President Biden's administration. Right now, the immigration index is the lowest since it began in December 2019. The administration is playing with dynamite and has pinned itself in a corner that leaves two ways out. They can either abolish the border or enforce our immigration mandates to the fullest extent of the law. To do anything less is to invite more tragedy, the likes of which we saw this past week. It is not just traffickers who profit off this immoral trade. There are a dozen industries that profit from cheap, compliant, and easy-to-abuse labor. When I was a kid growing up in the 1960s and 70s, there were roughly 750 meatpacking plants across the country. My mother worked the front counter of a local one called Lustig's. The work and pay were good. Today, 80% of our beef products come from 3 companies. The work and pay are bad. These huge factory meat processors rely on a steady stream of illegal aliens. Their business model would not work without them. And only when compelled to do so by ICE raids are they inclined to pay more, offer benefits, and improve work conditions to attract a native workforce. Neoliberal technocrats also are culpable in this and other tragedies stemming from the trafficking of illegal aliens. These are the toadies that carry the water for the oligarchs who seek to maximize profit via the unbridled movement of people and capital across international borders. They despise the concept of the nation-state with its quaint and, in their minds, antiquated concepts of social norms and democracy. They filter and shape the news and commentary to fit their deranged worldviews, and in this way, they are most culpable in all of this. All right. So, Kevin proposed a cartoon to accompany this, and this is what I came up with. Mexicali Ford dealership. If you're looking for a spacious vehicle, you can't beat the Ford Expedition. It seats up to 8 adults. Seats? No, man. How many will it transport? Oh, loose pack or dense pack? Dense. You can pack 25 bodies in one of these. Perfect. I'll take a dozen. So anyway, this is obviously a rough version of it. I sent it off to Kevin. He's approved it, so I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon finishing the art. Now, Mexicali Ford. This is an actual dealership. I took this image off of Google Street View. I'm not sure if we're going to use this. I might put Mexicali Ford on a different building. You know, just so it's not clearly implicating this dealership, because I have no reason to think this dealership had anything in particular to do with it. But this dude, I took from a YouTube video just about the Ford Expedition, and he's an American. Can't call me, xenophobic or whatever. This is not a Mexican salesman. And this is a character off Breaking Bad, so come on. All right. So first things first, let's get rid of all the dialogue. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Now, this guy. Okay. Well, I don't have permission to use his exact image, so I'm going to very, very roughly, which isn't to say not gently, but just trace his, gross bodily outline, just so I've got him in the right place and at the right size. So, trace. That's not the number between dos and cuatros. Come on, all the way to the top. You can do it. There we go. Alrighty, so that's the one? Yes. All right. So we'll turn down, down, down. There we go, but what's happening here? There we go. So I'm going to trace him, but then I'll change his proportions because, it's a comic, so I'll give him a bigger head. Give him a bigger belly. And he's got a watch. Don't forget the watch. Oh, I did not open a chat window. I will do that now. All right, we will just refresh this one. All right. Okay, so and he's got a pager. Alrighty. Let's take Mr. Salamanca brother off. And let's say traced salesman. Let's trace the vehicle too. And do we need to do it twice or just once? Can I just go right to ink? Let's see, where did I put these guides? There we go. This can go away. What's this? So it's a cartoon. We don't have to be super precise with the actual automobile. I am mentioning it by name, though, so it's going to look something like the real one. Ford Expedition. I'll send that up to the top. And what have we got? It's a fancy vehicle, I'll give you that. Definitely going to have to simplify it. Alrighty. Now, where's the Salamanca brother? Here he is. So yes, I only had a picture of him from the waist up, so just faked the pants. All right, and he too will have an enlarged head. And I already flipped his head. He was looking the other way. So, oh no, I'm in the wrong layer. There. Okay. Good. And down here, let's see. Check my email right quick. See if we're gonna change the building to protect the innocent. Yeah. So yes, we are changing the building. All right. So we are going to find a different building to put this on, to label as Ford Mexicali. Because this is a real business, and we have no reason to believe they had anything to do with this crime. So, let's see. Right. Now I got to find just a generic Ford dealership, really. And I can move the dialogue if need be. Let's see. Ford truck. No, we'll just say Ford dealership. How about that? And we'll take off the word Mexicali. And Images. No, Ford dealership. Huh, put in Mexicali again. Let's try this exterior. Okay, here we go. So, these are what we have to choose from. I think this will work. Like that. Or this. Or that one. That one's even got a palm tree in it. Huh. All right. How about this one? I can throw a palm tree in the background or something. Well, not really. Huh. All right. Nope. Where did I just put it? I saved it just now, and I can't find it. Oh my god. All right. Let's find it again. Show in folder. There it is. It's just called Ford dealership. All right. There it is. All right. Why is it under photos? All right. Come on. Okay. Reference. Locations. Ford dealership. There we go. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. But we'll do that last. That's tedious stuff, and I'd rather draw first. Alrighty, so let's just do. All right. Here's our salesman. Let's take this trace to salesman over here. And let's give him a bigger head. Okay. It's a cartoon, don't you know? Alrighty. So let's just draw this dude. I'm just going to keep it simple. It's not supposed to be any real person. Just some generic guy. Seems like maybe he's got a comb over. That's okay if he does. It's his business. Pager on his belt. Let's give him some belt loops. Oh, we can see, okay, his sleeves probably go like there. Okay. So now, let's grab all of this. And we'll leave the rough copy up. Bring him down here. Actually, let's leave them both up for the moment. So we're going to copy that, paste it, enlarge it. Down here. Okay. Oh. Nope. It's not what I wanted to do. Salesman sketch. Well, that's what I had, though. Yeah, we had the sketch. Get rid of the rough. Actually, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So here he's going, oh, he's just getting it. I think the other guy doesn't have a part, but I'm going to give him a part. All right. Looking pretty cartoony. And not much like this guy. That's the important part, is to disguise this dude's. I don't want anybody guessing it's him. He has nothing to do with this story. He's just some guy. Alrighty, and now a bad dude was looking pretty close to how I wanted him to start with, so I'm just gonna go back here. Just add a few details here. He's definitely got the clean head. You can't trust somebody who just has this little goat beard in front, I tell you. Those kind of people are bad news, man. I am going to look at the original image, though, just in his mouth. Let's get a better one, actually. See, Mexicali Ford is... Oh, it's one of these. Let's see. The cousins. Here we are. All right. Uh-huh. All right. Make it good and hard looking here. He's gonna have a fat neck. Rawr. He's a badass. He's got the high shirt collar. So, don't think we'll need this again. Oh, except apparently I drew a bunch of stuff on that layer. So let's grab all of this. We'll delete that layer. Go back to the Coyote Rough. Oh, I was doing it on the same layer as the Salesman, which is not going to work. So, do that. And then we'll go back to the Salesman sketch and we'll copy all that. We'll paste it up here. Now, let's get rid of the Salesman sketch. Sorry, I don't have the chat visible. I'll look at it in a sec here. Given that I don't normally stream on Saturdays, I don't expect anybody to be here. Let's see. Yep. Oh, first is here. KMO, who was that CCP troll that attacked your studio stream? I don't know that that was a CCP troll. I think that was just a kid. And he called back later and he apologized. It was all good. Come on. There we go. There we go. So it's going to be wearing this gold jacket. Okay, I get it. See it. So it's got the palette. Okay. How you doing, First? I don't know if you're still around. You made that comment like almost 20 minutes ago. Sorry about that. Anyway, this is not... I should probably just stop streaming because I'm not going to be able to watch the chat. I just need to work. But, hey, First, if you are still listening, come back to the Sea Room. We'll do another show. That was a well-received show we did last year, and it's been almost a year. So, everybody, I do apologize. I'm going to stop this stream. Also, if I stop the stream, I can listen to an audiobook. I'm going to do that.